obviously I'm a little clueless on where I.
But you're right. It said.
It
said Jake Manning Bullet Jake Manning maybe just be interested.
Interesting.
In something.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Because I always feel like it's important to click interested because it gets people, because more people that are interested and or going.
It's just ridiculous. I even heard
the more it gets out there because it got to you, obviously.
Oh, very good. And you know me, if it can get to me in my
in your backyard,
tin can in a wire internet service to your tin can and wire, then they did good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let me put my Doritos in my pocketbook. Okay. But yeah, it said that, or it may say it interested, but you're going to something. But I heard it on the radio. That's why I know it's a pretty big thing too. But they even advertise it on the radio.
Okay, well I'll have to check Facebook where I'm supposed to be at today.
Yeah,
I thought I was going to be doing a lot of podcast work, but I may be mistaken.
Remember, that's very like I told you in Kansas City when we went out there for the NWA and Dusty when the Rizats would come up and tell us that, George, you're going to be in Wichita 3 months from now, and I'd say, yeah, right. And then I would be in Wichita 3 months from now, but not the same thing. That would make me the Rizat. So anyway, okay.
Yeah,
can you have a man Rizat?
Yes.
I think you can.
Yes.
I think I am one, but anyway, side point.
I definitely am.
To certain guys.
So, anyways.
Steamboat.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, Dad. You don't work, you wrestle. You hear the claps. You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Boy, I got to make sure that I'm looking at the camera. Yes, I do have my Clint Eastwood sunglasses on. I never forget this. There was one top NWA star back in the day. I've told you this story that we got on Crockett's plane. One of the very few times I was able to fly. Like 5 a.m. in the morning, pitch dark, and one of their top stars had sunglasses on. And before anybody else got on the plane, he said, "You don't think they'll notice my eyes, do you?" I said, "Of course not. Of course not. You're the only one with dark glasses on at 5 a.m. in the morning, pitch dark." But anyway, whole other thing. Boy, I am so glad to be here. What a tremendous week that we had here. Going all over the country. I want to thank, of course, Henry Dean. Friday night I was in Thomasville. Tremendous show for some school kids up there. Got to see Shane Douglas. My most specialist moment was, of course, everybody knows I've got an NWA replica belt that I'm selling. And I marked out for a moment when I saw Shane Douglas standing talking to me very close to that NWA belt. I almost asked him to throw it down again.
Or just do the cat thing and just knock it over.
Oh, exactly. And I did. Of course, he said anytime I need him to sign one. So the rest of the night I just plugged that belt as the one that he threw down. So anyway, at one time. I just thought that was a cool little angle. But anyway, got to see Shane Douglas Friday night, Thomasville. Also got to see Animal. Animal was there. A good show. What was so exciting about me is I got to work with Chase Stevens. And it was just very, very great match. And it was so funny, Bullet, because, everybody says George wastes time and kills time. But Bullet, the jacket was on fire that night. The jacket that was on my back for 30 minutes was on fire. It was so on fire, Bullet. You know that thing I do where there's some goofball up in the top bleacher, and I just want to see how many times I can get him to come down to the bottom of those bleachers by threatening him. And, of course, when he comes down, I go this way, and he goes back up. Bullet, listen to me. 5 times that big dummy walked all the way down to fight me. And walked all back up. We would still be doing it if I hadn't finally stopped and tried to smarten that guy up and say, "Dummy, I'm making you come down them bleachers and go back up. You're making me tired." So it was just a neat night. It don't always happen like that, Bullet. But of course, I had to yell at the ref because I was out there for 30 minutes sweating, had people going crazy, and he ain't even rung the bell yet, Bullet. And I told him, "Don't you ever do that again." I said, "The bell is for the people. The bell ain't for us, Bullet." So I'd been out there 30 minutes before he even started the match. But a great night there. And, of course, then Saturday night in Clayton, I was there for Clayton. And I want to thank, again, West End Hardware for just having that event Saturday morning there in Gastonia at the hardware store. A little bit of rain came in towards the end of it. I think that's why I'm sick. Bullet, I wrestled outside in the rain, but it never stopped us. But it was a great weekend, Bullet. And with that, no rest for the weary because we are starting this week some big shows this weekend, right?
Yes.
Big time wrestling.
In Morganton, North Carolina on Friday, and then
Cage
Saturday,
again, right?
Cage again, and Cage on Saturday. Advanced High School in Bristol, Tennessee. I believe Bristol was the place we went to one time. A really big house. I think it was over 2,000 people last time we were in Bristol.
Wow.
Same exact school. And Morganton always does very well, and we're bringing
Morganton does very good,
so
very good. And I think
excited
Kevin
about
Nash and Ricky and Robert and all those guys. A lot of stuff going on here, Bullet. You got some stuff coming up, I think. We don't know yet about tonight. Of course, it'll be too late when people see it. But of course, don't take my word for it. Telling me you got a booking tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
But Facebook did tell me that you're going somewhere after our TV show. So
yeah, I got a lot of stuff that's going on. Crown Station, which is where I've been doing a lot of open mics on Wednesdays for quite some time. A lot of other small shows and stuff like that. That's closing down. So we're losing a venue for comedy. That's not good, but it sounds like there's a couple new shows popping up here and there. So like that's kind of the thing. But this is the last week of Crown. But then of course Improv comes in and takes that place, and then a couple other shows are taking its place and stuff like that. The one in Fort Mill is closing down, but I guess that's hanging on to the end of April. But I think something will take that place. So it's a busy time. A lot of things are in flux.
we got Greenville coming up, the good one. It was Anderson. I was thinking of Anderson, where you went and had a great time. Was it Anderson?
That was the beginning of the month. I
Yes.
did that already and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing some more comedy, some of the Comedy Zone stuff here in a couple more weeks, I'm sure. I'm just trying to get through everything right now. I've actually got another podcast that's released. We had our third episode last night, the 5-minute podcast. That went over very well. Award-winning now.
We can say that now.
Won an award after 3 episodes. That's how good we are.
Dang, boy.
And now I'm going to have probably another project that hopefully I'll be able to discuss next week on this podcast. So, and then of course this. So, you'll be getting sick of me very, 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 very soon.
Now, has the Steamboat, has that one been put
Next
up
week.
yet?
Next week.
Next
I
week.
gotta go home and cut the intro for that. I gotta shave my face, I gotta trim my mustache, just for that intro.
Boy.
And it's mostly audio, so I'm making myself look good just to cut some audio bumpers, So.
So I think it's so neat about that. Now, if that don't win an award, I don't know. That one's an award for me. Okay. Just because you got him on there. Whether you interview him or not, it don't matter. Just because you got him on there. So a lot of stuff going on. I even saw today where even PWX will be coming back to Gastonia in a few. That ain't, I think, till May or so. I always keep up with stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Of course, AML's doing great. AML will be in Yadkinville this Saturday. Hacksaw Jim Duggan will also be there. So and a cage match there. This cage thing is either. Everybody loves a cage except the ones that's got to set it up, Bullet. So we have had a lot of cage matches lately going on, and of course that will continue, and just a lot of stuff here in the Carolinas for good wrestling fans. And of course, how can we forget? I think we'll get one more episode in before big WrestleMania weekend, so that may be our next week. And a quick note, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bullet, this may be 160 episodes. I know we're right there at it. If this is not the 160th one,
very close.
Bullet, I would have never thought 159 episodes ago that you would put up with me this long, Bullet. But I just appreciate it. I love our TV show. I think the fans that come up to me, had several this week come up to me. Not the guy that come up and asked me, hey dude, what's that like hold you do when you, and this is a grown man, what's that hold you do when you hold your hand up? And
you make a claw and you put it on somebody's forehead.
You put it on somebody's forehead. What do y'all like call that? And of course, I didn't tell him, so he's running around town, won't know what you call that. It wasn't too many different names I could come up with. But anyway, what a big deal.
Especially when you used it probably in the description.
Oh, yeah.
Where you take your claw, you make a claw, and you put it on somebody's forehead.
Especially, where I do when I call a Spizzot, I yelled it real loud, claw! So everybody in the audience was waiting for the call except this one idiot. And he's sitting there saying what it was. So
even before I saw wrestling commentary and I saw Baron Von Raschke do it, I'm like, oh, that he put a claw on him. So.
Yes, very good. And of course, you saw me do my little. We love the finish, Baron, where I have you duck and he puts the claw on the turnbuckle and you can't get unstuck. Mm-hmm. Tommy Young has to actually come and help you unstick your hand. Of course, by that time you get schoolboyed 1, 2, 3. So,
yep.
A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff covered, Bullet, if you don't mind. A good idiot of the week, a little quick one, Bullet, but it never ceases to amaze me in the wrestling world how people are. Of course, I had mentioned, this is a real quick one, Bullet, but still a pretty neat one is, of course, they let me come in at West End Hardware early and set my ring up, which we like to do, is get that out of the way. So I came in Thursday. I'm talking outside, Bullet, main interstate drive. I mean, the ring is right here. I had the ring set up, ropes, everything. I just finished, dying to get a Mountain Dew. Bullet in his car, nice looking gentleman, pulled right up, rolled his window down. He says, what's going on here? Of course, I said, listen to me. Saturday morning, we're going to have a huge wrestling event It's all free. And then, of course, this idiot of the week, his next line was, "Where at?" I swear to you, Bullet. And this, that wasn't all of it. He said, "Where at?" Now, I'm standing in front
of the ring.
Of the ring with the ropes. I mean, I even had the aprons on, Bullet. Oh, man. And I was sitting on it. So anyway, I had the bell there. So anyway, he said, "Where at?" Of course, I said, being a sarcastic butt that I am, said, "Down the street." And he said, "Well, I just might come then." And then of course, he left. Now,
it'd be funny if you said right here when he said, "I don't think I'll be able to make it." But the fact he said, "Oh, down the street, oh, that's really close to me." Yeah.
So I'm sure I did not see him Saturday morning at the event, but this idiot of the week, a real quick one, he probably drove past the ring going to the show.
He said it was just down this road.
And this guy, and it was so amazing about this idiot of the week, Bullet. It was a quick one, but come on, this guy's free out there to roam around us is a scary thing, Bullet. And he wasn't like, messed up on drive. He wasn't. I mean, he just asked for where we're going to be at. Yeah. So anyway, so he's still trying to find the ring, Bullet. Show's done. So for that quick idiot of the week, Bullet, we'll put him in there because he asked where the show was going to be at, and I just had to be sarcastic and be a butt coming back at him. So a lot of going on. Anything you want to add, Bullet, before we sneak out of here? A lot of stuff going on. I'm very, very excited about WrestleMania coming up, Bullet.
I'm excited for it to be over.
Oh, I'm telling you. So a lot of stuff going on. Found out, what was it, yesterday, that our good friend Stan Hansen will be put into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, as he should be. Which actually was kind of surprising they wasn't already in.
Very true. So. Very true. And there may be some truth to where if he didn't get in, he was going to lariat somebody. So I think that's a little bullying, I think, Bullet. So he's in. So he's a lot of stuff going on. But let me ask you something, Bullet. What? I had it and I lost it. What you do not have to ask where it's at, because it is at
the second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com.
You're good, Bullet.
If you want to know more about me and George doing a weekend, especially since we'll be at big time wrestling shows, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManning and on Instagram at ManScoutManning. This has been another edition of Daddy Don't Work, You Wrestle.
That's like I hit a pop fly, Bullet, and you had to. But you called it.
I had to adjust.
You adjust to it, and you got it. Thank you, Bullet. No problem. Good job. A little quick one, but good. Thank you, buddy. Sure. And please check that, Bullet. I got to make sure I ain't going crazy. I think you're booked tonight, Bullet.
Could be possible.
Don't worry, I'll take your book because I got you a heck of a payoff for it, Bullet. Okay.